Opening day of turkey season is finally here in Wisconsin, and it's snowing. It's not exactly what we expected, but nonetheless, the birds are gobbling at first light, and we're anxious to get after them. We plop down on a couple of pine trees on the east side of the property, where the waiting game begins. After half an hour of silence, a few birds start talking, and the chase is on.
It's about 6:10, and we didn't hear much this morning. Birds are gobbling on the neighbor's property. So we went over there, sat for a little bit, thinking they'd come across the field, never did, and now we just heard two gobble back on our property. So we're busting a move over there to get to them. Get set up and kill some, so we'll see you over there.
As we walk over to a new spot, the snow starts coming down even harder, and the birds we just heard 2 minutes ago have gone silent. We do some calling with no success. Just as we start to dust off the snow and pack it up, something big happens.
Okay, guys, we were just about to pack up, and we went back to the truck. Jake started to pull away, looked back over his shoulder. We saw 5 birds standing out in an opposite field of where we had set up this morning. And there was at least one TOMS strutting. Jake thought maybe a second one was in the group. So now we made a new plan. Got back down. And now we're trying to go after him. It's a bit of an ambush here, but we have a decent plan in place, so at least we know where some are now, and we got eyes on them, so hopefully we can get in a good spot. Hopefully there will be 2 TOMS, but we know there's for sure one, so we're gonna try and go get them. She's going to the west. I just heard gobbles. Well, we saw that one hen pop out, but aside from that, the rest of the group disappeared somehow. So we decided to pull back out of here again. Probably for good this time. Jake's got permission to hunt on another piece of property that's just down the road from here, so we're gonna go head over there and see what's happening, and hopefully try and get on a bird there. But if that doesn't work, we might stop back here before we head home and just see if the birds are back out in the field. It's hard to kill them if they're not in the field, and they're not really very responsive this morning. There's quite a few hens, and so the TOMS don't really have much need to be out looking, so that's the game plan, and we'll keep you posted. Alright guys, it's like 8:30, we just got to a different spot. I just pulled out the camera, we just had a hen walk out in front of us, 100 yards, so we're gonna go in and then do some calling and see if we can get any responses. So we'll see you in there.
That closes up opening day for us. I gotta get back to school. Dad's gotta go to work. And So we had a pretty rough day. Well, I wouldn't say rough. Saw some birds, heard a bunch of birds, but it's not ideal weather conditions. As you can see, there's snow. So I don't know, snowy, cold, windy. Just wasn't ideal for turkey hunting. But this weekend looks a lot better, up in the 50s and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll have some better luck this weekend. So talk to you guys later.
There's at least 2 or 3 down here. Yeah, so it's Saturday the 24th, right? Yep. We got a late start this morning. But we got out here, I don't even know what time it is, probably like 5:30. And they're going pretty good this morning. We got 5 or 6 of them all along this, our property where we can hunt it. So we're gonna wait for them to fly down before we make our move, because if we get up to the spot we want to now, they might bust us in the roost. So hopefully within the next half hour we'll be on some turkeys.
2 toms pop out at the bottom of the hill just long enough to get our hearts racing before vanishing back into the woods. We try our best to lure them back out with the help of some turkey fans, which were provided by the turkeys who previously fell victim to our setup. We decide the toms we're after are long gone, so we start to move down the hill to catch them coming out of the woods on the other side when we're ambushed by a group of jakes. Now, they're technically legal for us to shoot, and they taste just as good as toms. They're not quite what we're after, so all we can do is wait them out. Eventually, they move along, but they severely delayed our attempts to get set up over the next field, and by the time we got there, the party had already started.
5, they're all coming out now. Yeah, there's 5 out there. Yep, they're all coming out now. They're all out. Hand me the GoPro. Right here, pal. Is mine on? Yes. I almost think I see a strutter in there. Yep, yeah, I do. Just tuck back a little. There's a strutter. 2 strutters. Yep. Now's the time to move while they're walking away. None of them are really looking, so we can drop down in the woods. Oh, where are they going? Alright guys, we're just at kind of a standstill. We lost the birds. They didn't show too much interest right now because they're all henned up. But they're still gobbling. Not on our property. But we think that there's still 3 not too far away, so we're just gonna wait it out for a little bit and see what happens. We might go try a different property and come back later, because hopefully they'll come on the field later today, so we'll see what happens.
Alright guys, it's the afternoon. It's like coming up on 3:30. We just got set up. We split up. My dad's just straight across the field from us. We're kind of trying to pinch them in between us and, well, at least see what they'll do if we're kind of in the spot where they're gonna roost. So hopefully they'll come through the fields. We got a lot of land to look at right now. So hopefully one of us will get one down. They outsmarted us this morning. We were pretty close.
Yeah, they've been making us work all day, and they're not responding to calls all that much. Haven't been responding to the fans, so only option now, I guess, is just to try and catch them on their way to bed. So that's the plan.
Yeah, it's like they get down. There's no way they can see my dad. There's no way. No, they definitely cannot. But they just keep taking off.
Alright guys, it's about 4:45. We had a group of like 9 jakes come to our left out in the field. But then they got spooked by something, we're not sure what, because they couldn't have seen us or my dad, so they went back up, and then like, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes after that, my dad called me and said there's 2 TOMS out behind us. But I don't know, maybe they haven't came back down, and they haven't popped back out in the field yet, so we're not sure what they're doing up there, but usually they'll come and roost down by the river, which would mean they have to walk by us to get there. So we're hoping that as the night goes on, like I said, it's about 5 o'clock, that they'll come down within the next hour or 2 and roost down here. So I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they came out. We saw him a couple. We didn't see him, but Terry saw him a couple times, and then they sort of disappeared. But they haven't gone far. They're up there somewhere. So
They're not far behind us. He said they're probably like 80 yards behind us right now.
yeah. So we're just gonna try and stay as still as we can and just wait them out. But they'll be back.
Yep.
We had a busy afternoon with multiple sightings of hens and jakes. Terry saw a couple of toms, and we even had a deer run through. The wind was relentless, and the sun refused to show itself for more than a minute at a time, so it was a cold night and not ideal for turkey hunting. Jake didn't want to be out there too early, but I insisted on arriving at 3 o'clock, so I guess I'll take the blame for the extra couple hours of sitting in the cold. Eventually, we saw the last Jake fly up to roost, and it was time to get out of there and come back another day.
Well, guys, it's Tuesday, last day of first season here in Wisconsin. Dad and I went out this morning. Nothing. We thought we'd be able to catch the birds coming down the same spot they have been the last 3 days, but that didn't work. Didn't even really hear much, honestly. So I got to head back home for school. Dad took off today, so he'll be out there for a good part of the day. So hopefully he can put one on the ground and get some film of it. But other than that, it was a pretty slow and tough first season here. So hopefully when the weather warms up and they start breaking apart more, we'll have some better luck in the next couple of weeks. So, thanks for watching.